One Zambia, One Nation. This is ZANIS News. My name is Kralibel Msonda. On Sign Language Desk, we have John Chulu. The headlines. Government to increase trade and investment through diplomas. Zimba's Mulamfu area receives new health post. Also in the news, Kasama residents laud government for free education policy. ZANIS News in detail. Permanent Secretary for International Relations and Cooperation in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Etambuyu Gandasen, says the ministry is working to boost trade and investment through economic diplomacy. Mrs. Gandasen says this is being achieved by leveraging private capital for development through joint ventures and public-private partnerships. She said this in an interview with ZANIS in Lusaka ahead of this year's annual greeting of the diplomatic corps by President Hakainde Hichilema, scheduled for Thursday, January 29. Runia Sakala now reports.
The annual greeting of the diplomatic corps is a long-standing tradition in Zambia, dating back to the first Republican President Kenneth Kaunda's regime. It serves as a platform for the head of state to brief the diplomatic community on national achievements, policy priorities, and Zambia's regional and global outlook for the year ahead. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation says the event aligns with government's economic growth agenda.
As the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in terms of economic diplomacy, for example, and for us, we came up with three things that we're already seeing that the president was doing and the sector ministries that are involved in this, increasing trade and investment, basically. So for us as foreign affairs, what it means is, number one, to leverage private capital for development. And under that, what it is to do with make sure we have PPPs, public-private partnerships, we facilitate joint ventures, we work with the Ministry of Commerce and ZDA to make sure these connections are made. And then the second one is to position Zambia to benefit from appropriate financial instruments. Then, of course, the third one is to strengthen the bilateral relations we have with different countries.
International relations analyst Anthony Mukwita noted that such engagements allow Zambia to reaffirm her global image as a haven of peace.
That is what every president has been doing from the days of Kenneth Kaunda through to President Frederick Chiluba, to all the presidents from Edgar Lungu and currently up to the incumbent president Hakainde Hichilema. And in my view, he must not slow down. Zambia was the fulcrum. Zambia was the center. Lusaka was the venue where wars in the region, where agreements, where peace pacts were signed from starting with Angola to Mozambique, Namibia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. So maybe we should continue working hard so that we can return to that position that we held, especially immediately after independence.
Historian and political analyst Houston Chiputa emphasized the need to reaffirm peace to the diplomatic community ahead of the 2026 general elections.
We are going to elections, and perhaps the diplomatic missions in Zambia, the embassies and high commissions, may be having anxieties about whether we shall have credible elections, whether we shall have peaceful elections. So it's a day when I think they will be assured that we are headed towards doing the correct thing, the right thing, as far as Zambia is concerned.
This year's annual greeting of the diplomatic corps is scheduled for Thursday, 29th of January. Runia Sakala, ZANIS News, Lusaka.
In Eastern Province, government empowerment programs under the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services are transforming lives in Petauke District. Beneficiaries such as 33-year-old Miles Njovu and Beregia Banda have used support from the Women Empowerment Program and the Food Security Pack to improve their livelihoods, with one establishing a grocery shop while while the other has built a house. This was revealed during a monitoring tour of the district by ministry officials to assess the impact of the empowerment initiatives on local communities. Juliet Mutale now reports.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services has undertaken a monitoring exercise in Petauke District of Eastern Province to assess the implementation of social protection programs, among them Food Security Park, Jewel, and Social Cash Transfer. The exercise aims at ensuring that beneficiaries utilize the funds for the intended purpose in line with objectives of the program. Principal Planner in the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services has expressed happiness with the progress of the social protection programs, which are aimed at improving the livelihoods of the people.
We have visited beneficiaries of the Food Security Park program, and what we have seen so far is very exciting. We visited the fields, and the fields are doing very well. And we've also visited beneficiaries of the social cash transfers, and we've heard stories, and the stories are very impressive. We visited Petauke district, and we'll be going to Katete district to visit some more beneficiaries. From there, we'll be in Chipata district to visit some more beneficiaries.
One of the beneficiaries of the Food Security Park, Belegia Panda, has acknowledged receiving the park, which has helped her grow half a hectare of maize. Monitoring of social protection programs across the country remains important and continues to strengthen the effectiveness of social protection interventions. Juliet Mutare, reporting in Petauke District.
And in Chipata District, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has commenced community sensitization meetings ahead of the land audit pilot project scheduled to run from February 2nd to February 24, 2026 in the district. Ministry Senior Information, Communication and Education Officer Shinantwa Mapushi says the project aims to take stock of residents in Chipata district who are occupying both state and customary land. More in this report by Sylvester Chishimba.
A team from the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has started conducting sensitizations about the land audit to be soon commenced in Chipata district. The team, led by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources Senior Information, Communication and Education Officer Shanintwa Mapushi, started the sensitization meetings in Lwangeni. And the residents of Lwangeni have welcomed the land audit program, which is soon to commence in their various communities. Sylvester Shimba, ZANIS.
And in health, Zimba Town Council has commissioned and handed over a fully equipped health post and maternity annex in the Mulamfu area of Simwatachela Chiefdom, constructed at a cost of 900,000 kwacha using the Constituents Development Fund, CDF. The local authority has also built 2 staff houses and installed a water reticulation system at the facility. Rita Kavindama has the details.
Government has continued to prioritize the construction of health posts, maternity annexes, and provision of running water in all health facilities in the country in order to restore dignity, save lives, and bring essential health services closer to the communities. In Zimba District, the local authority has commissioned the Mulaf Maternity Annex, 2 staff houses, and a water reticulation system in Mulamfu Ward of Simwatachela Chiefdom, constructed using the Constituents Development Fund, CDF.
This event is not just about opening infrastructure, it is about restoring dignity, saving lives, and bringing essential services closer to our communities here in Mulamfu Ward. The President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has on many occasions clearly articulated his vision on maternal and child health. That is why this government has prioritized the construction of health posts, maternity annexes, and the provision of running water in health facilities across the country. Safe delivery requires proper infrastructure, qualified health workers, and clean water, and today Mulamfu is a proud beneficiary of that vision.
Both the central government and the local authority are happy that the government is delivering on its promises in the district.
For this ward, this is a sign of relief to be given a facility which is almost closer to their doorsteps. Speaking on behalf of the central government, we are saying we are so delighted because the contractor has finally done what is supposed to be done to all the facilities.
I stand before you today with great humility and a strong sense of responsibility. As Zimba Town Council, we want to reaffirm our commitment to the people of Zimba District. We are your council, we are your voice, and we exist to deliver what you, the people, have requested and prioritized.
The facility is going to service more than 11,000 people in the area.
Guest of honor, it must be mentioned that this population was actually being served by Smatachela zonal health facilities. And with this, we are seeing communities traveling longer distances to access healthcare services as far as 30 kilometers. And this opening of the facility fully aligns with the Ministry of Health vision of taking healthcare services as close to the homes as possible. And this is actually a clear demonstration for government's commitment to reducing geographical barriers, improving health-seeking behavior, and enhancing health outcomes.
Rita Kabinda ZANIS, Zimba District, Southern Province.
We continue with health news. In Northern Province, construction works on the 750,000 kwacha modern admission block at Malole Rural Health Center in Malole constituents of Mungwe District have advanced. Mungwe Town Council Chairperson Grace Chisanga, who inspected the project alongside Council Secretary Mwansam Fula, says the new infrastructure will improve healthcare delivery for residents in 65 surrounding villages. Namsokwe Wembia now reports.
The Mungwe Town Council has embarked on the construction of an admission block at Malole Rural Health Center in Mungwe District using the Constituents Development Fund. The construction of the facility comes after the old wing was blown off by strong winds, affecting the delivery of services to the community.
There was a suggestion that we don't rehabilitate the old structure and build a new one for the patients here. So it's a bigger version of this. So the cost is about 750,000 kwacha. We're also planning to buy equipment like beds and other facilities, furnitures for the admission one to make it fully functional. The contractor here is Tadafa, and we are currently at about 70% complete.
This move has brought joy to the residents of Malole.
Opo chapo atwatotela batwafuirisheko kuti chisuke bwanga abantu bambi okubomfya olofimbi ofotulelo mbefya konkapo mwakuipikila omotulefu akubateka abalwedium tabali apachipatale fyakulya fuma kumushibesa mukuipikila kona
echo kanshimukwa imwe buteko twapapata tulekabila kabili babombe kwangu ichikulo pakwe bati bale tusungira monga twalwalisha kwai netotela kuteko bangu fya nyeko fe kuisha pakwe bati tulubuke koko bwangu kuno kumalole.
Mungwe Council Chairperson Grace Chisanga, who inspected ongoing construction works, disclosed that the facility caters for 62 villages.
Stone project, it doesn't only cater for Malole, but even from Finshe, Chambeshi, Chilombwa, others even from Chitimukulu, they prefer coming here. So we have about 62 villages around which are feeding to this rural health post. So this project is a project that's going to help a lot of people.
Reporting for ZANIS News in Mungwe District, Namsokwe Wembia.
And on the Copperbelt, Ndola District Health Director Lydian Nyendwa has commended ZCCM IH for investing in environmental sustainability through tree planting at healthy facilities. Speaking during the launch of a tree planting exercise at Lubuto Clinic in Ndola, Dr. Nyendwa said trees play a critical role in balancing the ecosystem and mitigating the effects of climate change. Details in the following report.
As part of ZCCM Investment Holdings' commitment to enhance environmental sustainability, improve air quality, and promote public health benefits, ZCCM Investment Holdings has launched tree planting project at Lubuto Clinic in Ndola District on the Copperbelt Province. ZCCM Investment Holdings, in collaboration with Tree Zambia Limited, aims at planting 700 trees in Ndola District to 8 health facilities.
Here in Ndola, we are targeting 8 health institutions to plant 700 trees. And since last year, we have planted over 2,500 trees in Lusaka and in Mufunsa. Our target is to plant a total of 4,000 trees by the end of this rain season. As part of our commitment to enhancing environmental sustainability, to improve air quality and promote public health, to benefit the communities that we serve. As a company, ZCCM IH deeply rooted in the Zambian mining industry as well as the energy sectors, we recognize the profound responsibility that we bear to contribute to the well-being of our communities and the preservation of our environment.
Tree planting project to health facilities has elated the health practitioners.
Tree planting is a very important exercise for our environment. And it could never have come at a better time like this when we need a lot of efforts in order to enhance environmental sustainability. So this initiative by our partners is very, very welcome, and I guess that's why they have even picked on health centers, because it is so much synonymous with the health of the people.
ZCCM initiative, thank you for organizing this wonderful initiative. Your dedication to giving back to the community is truly inspiring, especially in these times of climate change. If you have seen, there's a lot of cutting of trees, and in the long run, we've had a lot of heat waves, and we're always talking about climate changing. Thank you so much for coming.
ZCCM Investment Holdings targets planting 4,000 trees by the end of the rain season. Sheolin Mutinta, ZANIS, Ndola.
Eastern Province Education Officer Brindley Malambo has attributed the region's consistent strong performance at grade 12 level to collaborative efforts among key stakeholders. Mr. Malambo says parents, teachers and other partners have worked closely to ensure improved learning outcomes for pupils. Eastern Province has emerged as the top performing region at grade 12 examination level for 4 consecutive years. More in the following report.
Eastern Province has again set the record by scooping first position for 4 years in a row at grade 12 level. Eastern Province Education Officer Brindley Malambo gave a glimpse on the region's performance.
When we came in, after doing a lot of work that involved everybody, including my parents, we scooped first position, and our percentage was at 78.66%. We got to position 1. That's 2022 when I showed the office. The following year, 2023, we scooped position 1 again, and our pass percentage at the COV level went up. We got 79.23%. In 2024, when results were announced, we became number 1 again, and the percentage kept on going up. We scooped position 1, and we got 82.19%. This time around, we are again number 1, and we have scooped number 1 at 81.53%. So in 4 years, colleagues, since we assumed office, we have been doing exceptionally well as a province.
He, however, mentioned factors that led to a slight decrease in its performance despite being ranked first position.
You have reasons to do with my schools that are close to the border. I want to talk about the general problem that I'm facing. Schools that are close to the border, some schools that are very close to the border, where you have our friends from other countries learning from there. We literally have no control over those people. Yes, they are learning in Zambia, in our schools, but they come to school when they want.
And Youth Development Foundation Executive Director Chinoya Muyeye noted the need to sustain the trend.
Previously, we have seen where teachers, they could even parade themselves in political circles. So we have seen teachers less commitment in terms of political atmosphere and concentrating on their work in class, which we feel this should be actually be promoted. But also hedging at the same time that teachers must be motivated.
In 2025, Eastern Province was ranked first with 81.53% compared to the 82.19% recorded in 2024. Olivia Carter for ZANIS in Chipata.
With that item, we end ZANIS News. A reminder of the headlines. Government to increase trade and investment through diplomacy. Zimba's Mulamfu area receives a new health post. Also in the news, Kasama residents laud government for free education policy. Thank you so much for watching ZANIS News. On behalf of the entire ZANIS News production team and the sign language interpreter, John Chulu, I'm Kralibel Musonda. Continue watching the rest of the programming.